behind. Morning to the one in front. Pinch the one who is on the phone. Aha, good. I like that. I'm really so happy that we are going to discuss this topic on attitude. I love this topic so much because attitude. By the way, first of all, what is attitude? Anyone? Yes, Fredaus. Attitude is how you perceive things. And the key word she's mentioned is perceive. Perceiving is neither right or wrong. It's just what's in your heart, your mind, or your head. Something can be bad, and you perceive it well, or you perceive it badly. Whatever the case, that is attitude. Anyone else? Attitude? Yes, my friend. Your good name is who? Pardon? Muhumuza. Very interesting. Like our CFO. Okay. I didn't pick some initial words. The feeling towards something, how you feel. And then like all of us know, a feeling is just a what? A feeling, isn't it? You have control over a feeling. Put it up. Put it up. Anyone else? Just the Stand up and you tell us, Hilda. Okay. She says attitude is about how you carry yourself. And I think what is key here is that how you carry yourself is also still a what? A choice, isn't it? So we are going to discuss about attitude. Let me tell you, I've had a lot of roller cycles in my life. Up now, I still have a lot of them. There are times when you feel you are winning, like you are up there. Then there are times when you feel you are where? You are down. There are times you feel like waking up and you don't need an alarm clock. You just wake up, boom. Then there are times when you really struggle. That's how God created all of us, isn't it? There are times when you feel like when you're making the phone calls, you are excited, you are psyched up. There are times you feel when you are where? You are down. There are times you do the presentation like, oh my goodness, you are up there. And then there are times when you feel the energy is lacking. There are times when you invite you to tell your story. And when you tell your story, especially those of us who are testifying, and you feel that, I am there. Then there are times when you feel aware, you are down. Now, all that is caused by our own what? Attitude. As a matter of fact, for us to achieve, to move from a point A, achievement level A, to achievement level B, to achievement level C, to achievement level D, there must be something that changes about what? Your attitude, isn't it? Many of us remember there's a scholar who one time said, maybe it was Zig Ziglar, was it? Einstein, I think, who said, you cannot solve the world's problem with the same thinking that did what? Created them. Are we together? So what you are saying is, let us just personalize it. You cannot create financial solutions with the same thinking that created financial what? Challenges, isn't it? The attitude that probably got you in debt, that got you broke, that got you whatever it is, it cannot be the same as the one that will help you do what? There must be something that changes. You cannot become a brass with the same thinking of a what? A starter or an IBO. Am I right? You cannot join the 500 CV club with the what? Attitude of someone obtaining what? CVs. Neither can you move from 500 to 1,000. Are we together? Then from 1,000 to 2,000. Today, I probably mentioned in the script about some of the people who did the 2,000 CVs and what? And above. And I talked about Zaki. Is it today's script, right? Yeah. Where I talked about Zaki. The most argumentative person. Zaki, please come to the stage. Let us clap for Zaki. Let us clap for Zaki. The most argumentative person. And I understand him, by the way. Because he had been in a situation in the company where selling was not there. Are we together? In fact, if an upline found you selling, they would say you're not serious. That's the kind of a place he had come from. So Zaki was very, very argumentative about products you can't sell, how do I sell, and what of you. And today, he's one of the very highest people when it comes to product sales. He's really, really up there. And he's upped up the game that he's now doing 2,000. I can't wait for the time when we do the what? The 4,000. Zaki, in the spirit of attitude, explain to us how the attitude you had before, the attitude you had after, and how you think it played a key role in helping you become one of the highest achievers in terms of product sales, and yet you're still a team builder.
Yes, good morning. Morning once again. Morning. In line with attitude, when I was reading about attitude, I also made research what Google was telling me about attitude. It's the way how you think about your life, even about something that is happening. You know, sometimes we feel we are stuck and we think maybe you cannot do something, isn't it? But the moment you develop that positive attitude, and you know that people who are having what they have, they are not so special, right? All right. There is nothing different about them. You know, these are people who are having the same meals like us. They are doing the same activity like us. They have the same 24 hours like us, isn't it? Then what I did was to learn from these people who are always doing a lot of sales. I studied them, what they are doing so special, especially when I was with my downline Cyprian in the month of August. He was sharing with me how guys are on TikTok, even in other companies, other medical centers, are doing it so crazy. They're having a lot of comments. People are buying from them. They're having a lot of people are buying from them. And he was inspired. He shared with me that idea. I told him, first, proceed with it. When it works for you, maybe we shall also join you. He tried, started doing it. Probably by that time, my attitude was low about using social media in sales, isn't it? But when he made it so big, the first month of August, he was able to reach around 700 in CVs. I learned from him. I started approaching him with a positive attitude now to train me, to teach me how to do it. I remember we sat at Hotel Triangle. We did a first video. Again, still the attitude was what? Was low. People are not commenting, people are not liking. I thought maybe it doesn't work out. He kept on encouraging me, keep posting, keep recording. And the moment you surround yourself with people who are positive, with a positive attitude, soon or later, even you are going to gain that attitude. True. Because me, one thing I know, if you surround yourself with sick people, soon or later, even you become what? If you surround yourself with people who are outperforming, hardworking, even you keep the same energy. I spent almost like 2 weeks, 3 weeks around him. We could move together, eat breakfast together, post together. And by the time I spent 2 weeks with him, I had moved almost close to 600 CVs in products movement. Because I changed my attitude, even surrounding myself with people who had a positive attitude. That's what I could share about attitude and terms with product sales. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Zaki. Let us clap for him. That is a lesson on what? On attitude. There are so many. John is a very good example. I remember challenging him. Come and tell us very, very quickly, isn't it? Come and tell us. John was stubbornly, not growing in sales, yet I was seeing a lot of what? Potential. And now is Fiona. Fiona, please come. This Fiona, we have a very big history together. Of course, good history, eh? Don't overthink. But I worked with Fiona for some time, and I knew she just had it. Please come. And she's doing very well. Another one is Henry. Where is Henry? Over there. Please, Henry, come with your neighbor, Cyprian, isn't it? And many, many others. I could call Jalia, but let me first begin with these ones here. All of us in a minute. How has attitude helped you change the attitude before, the attitude current, and the lessons that you have learned. Let me begin with John.
Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. My name is John Sehoma. I'm an entrepreneur by profession. Now, to me, what challenged me, one time, it was on a Saturday, I was sitting at the manager's desk. The CEO came around. I remember that Saturday, we didn't ever had the power this side. So the CEO told me, John, these younger boys are achieving big. There is much more that you can be able to do. Do 4,000 CVs, we give you what? A car. When I went back home, I didn't see. His words really changed my perception and attitude towards my potential. I told myself, I can't disappoint my CEO because I know him very well. So from there and then, sales started coming in. I started approaching people that have the money. So those are the people I design different combos. So those are the people that I'm selling to. Ladies and gentlemen, with Okata, we are going to make loads and loads of money. These products are working. Someone had spent 5 years looking for a child. I gave them a combo with directions from the manager and Mr. Sin in search of Molindwa. When the lady conceived, the husband was very happy. So he started now referring different other big people. Ladies and gentlemen, Okata products work. Thank you very much.
Good morning, everyone.
Good morning.
It's my first time to speak on this stage today. When I started this business, I knew nothing called failure. Like, at least I wouldn't like to be associated with failure. So when, like in July, except for being recognized for different things, I knew for some reason I couldn't be recognized at that point. Because I had just joined. I joined in mid-May. So when the Voice of Victory came, and I saw that, it is possible to appear in that magazine. Like, it is possible. So you just have to identify what I follow. And then over time as well, we've learned consistency. So I've consistently shared the products on my WhatsApp. And most of the clients that I've gotten are the people I know, the people who see WhatsApp on the product. So they have, there's even someone who sees your WhatsApp and is not commenting, but when they get a problem, you're the very first person they want to. And then once these products work for them, they do. They do refer them. And then also I've had chances of, wherever I hear about a meeting somewhere, here I am with my products. And I've also invested some time in learning the products and what they do. So I've always told myself that I can sell you if you know the product. So why not sell the better products?
Good morning, everyone. Good morning once again. Right. Anyway, what I'll share will be, I was negative about success. Today I'm very positive. What I mean by that is that I began this business not with a premium package, so I expected that totally. I was someone who could calculate base, as in I could become Golicha Kolachi, that's the easiest way I can speak that word. And I was used. Every day I could come, make my calls, go back home. It was like a timetable in my head. I have to be at office by 7, leave by 9. Be at office by 7, leave by 9. It was like a program. And I was sure I don't have a premium, so I expect no rank in my life. I didn't know much about sales. I was sure I'll never make sales. My role is to invite. If they pay, they pay. If they don't, they don't. That was me. And but in July, that recognition at Oma actually motivated me. I had a downline of mine who was called Ronnie, who was invited on the stage, and I was not invited. Another one was Stella. She was also invited on the stage. Who was very new, I was not invited. Another one was Beatrice. She was invited on the stage. I was not invited. I was so demotivated by that, and again I was also inspired that I can also do it. Maybe if these young girls can do it. When I came back from that recognition, I sat down and said, according to my education, I know health. The company has the products. I've seen people doing it so big in what? In sales. If Farida can do it, why not? I remember I feared going to Madame Farida to consult by myself. So what I did, I went to her and invited her for a team meeting in my cell. So when she spoke, I was writing. Whenever she could speak, I could write. And I noted some key factors, okay, things in using TikTok. So I also decided to begin it. I remember my first video was about ulcers. I went to manager, I told him, I want to talk about ulcers. What is it called? Detox that heals ulcers. Manager told me, just talk about download root. It has zinc that heals internal wounds. Came into the video. So this, for anyone battling the ulcers, there is a product here for it. It's called Colonitox. It has download root. It heals wounds from inside. People started buying. That's why those two statements. Now, when people started buying, manager said, where are you getting those sales from? I told him from TikTok. He said, this is something nice. Inside my heart, I was like, hey, what I've renovated is good. Then you also do it so big. Soon or later, in that month of August, after recognition, I was recognized as among the 500 CDClub members of this company. Then I started believing in success. Today I'm so positive about success, and I believe I can become successful. Thank you so much.
So thank you so much. Morning everyone. Morning. Right, so my name is Henry Gisto and I'm highly delighted to be speaking to you this amazing new week. So about success, mostly in terms of attitude, Sylvia and my friend who have just shared here, we are coming from the same team, and that is the Game Changers team. First up for that, I'll tell you about Game Changers. So, this is the team that it is just missing the recognition. All the recognitions Game Changers was nowhere. I remember I first attended the event at Imperial Real, and even Sylvia didn't attend the event. You know why? Because we are nowhere. Now why did you have to? Well, pre-event. I want you to imagine. And when I went there, I saw Mr. Ismail Zaki. By that time, he was recognized as top number 19. So he was recognized as top number 19. And I was really fired up. I saw how he was taken to stage. I saw Mr. Tonsi Medeles. Where's Mr. Tonsi? How was recognized? He was top number 9. Was it top number 9? Top number 9. I was like, I told Mr. Zaki, by that time I didn't have a team, I didn't have a downline, I didn't have any. I just told him, I'm so sure next year, it was last year, isn't it? I told him, I'm so sure next year, you see me. I told him, just see me. I'll tell you what, today I'm commanding the biggest team at this office here. And I just say, I see $1 billion in becoming, when you become a diamond, I said billion. I just started dreaming of becoming $1 billion. I said, one day I'll become a diamond. Maybe it may delay, but I'm so sure one day I'll become a diamond of this company. It's like, now, about selling products, I did engineering first. So I'm more in terms of things of oil or money, and oil or talent and what. So I'm in that sector. And when it comes to sell products, you talk about store omega-3, what is there? Fish oil. Mr. Lake is telling me about angrity, there is zinc, there is selenium, there is magnesium. And even when you ask me what is selenium, sure, even right now I can't tell what is selenium. But as long as I invest in the client, I tell them what I suffer from, and now I can't elect, I have electrolyte future. Okay, now you're lacking selenium, you're lacking zinc, you're lacking magnesium, and I think I will buy. Because actually, no, come back to my inbox. They said, I want to buy more products because the product worked for me. Because they told me the zinc, magnesium, and selenium. I don't know, buy more, don't ever buy more. Now I can say like crazy. I don't know. Even so, now I'm serious for omega-3 now. I treat people who have high blood pressure. Someone goes, I just go to my YouTube, I just read the book, pressure readings. Normal, you have to do it 120. That is systolic, isn't it? The systolic, you have to do it 8. That is the normal high blood pressure. The moment you come to me, you have 140, that your pressure is high. That's for me. So I do it. And there's nothing like much. It's just attitude. Say, not what you call a winning attitude. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Henry. Was that powerful? Yes. Was that powerful? Yes. Attitude. My own definitions of attitude. Okay. Attitude is the story you tell yourself, plus the story you tell who? Yourself, plus the state that you live in, plus the standards you insist on. Are we together? So attitude is the story you tell yourself. I can do it. I cannot do it. I am, this one said, I am not very good at. Simply, you said relationship with what? With the success, something of the sort. So that story you tell yourself. Sisobola, those ones can do it. I am this. These are very, very, very what? Wrong. Are we together? Then the state you live in. The state you live what? In. Then the other one is the standards. And the key word here is insist on. Are we together? The standards you insist on. Very, very important. That all together compasses into what they call attitude. But attitude shows up in 5 ways. Number 1, attitude shows up in your beliefs, what you expect. When you are speaking to a client, what do you expect? You are speaking to a customer, what do you expect? You are making that phone call, what do you expect? The month is beginning, what do you expect? Are we together? Very, very important, what you expect. I've always said customers and prospects are not negative. We are the ones who are negative. The moment you begin saying abantu bayingira abantu bakola batya onotampuliriza it is The second one is emotions. How you feel while you are working. Are we together? How you feel while you are doing what? You are working. How do you feel when you are doing that presentation? Inside you say, these are premiums. This is a winner. This person is going to join. I am doing a powerful presentation. He is believing, even when they are not doing what? Believing. One of the greatest coaches, and I love him, is called Coach John Guy. At one time I asked him that, what makes you see, when he speaks, you can feel love. You know, the people who speak and you can feel their love. You can feel they care for you and you can just feel it. You can't touch it, but you can really feel it. So I asked him, Coach, how do you do it? He says, every time I'm being introduced on stage, they are saying, ladies and gentlemen, the person I'm going to invite to the stage is a superstar. He's the one and only, whatever. Now he's a pastor already. What he does, he prays for his audience. God bless these people. God give me the discernment, you know, to ensure that these people can understand this message I'm going to share with them. I'll do that. So he prays for them, and then he ends up saying, I love these people. I love my audience. I love my audience. So when he comes to the stage, it's so filled with love. So when he speaks, you can feel the what? The love. Are we together? Very, very important. So emotions. The other one is the psychology or the physiology. Are we together? The physiology, which is the posture, the energy, the eye contact. You cannot be a person with a positive attitude and you are like this. Person with a positive attitude and I'm telling you, pardon. A person with a positive attitude, you speak as if you own the whole world. And that is why everyone who is successful, one of the key things about them, they have a demeanor. My best man is called King Caesar. when he was being my best man, and I remember I had a habit, very, very successful gentleman. So, you know generally how you are supposed to behave as a Mugole. You know what I'm talking about. So I was always like this, looking down, what of you? During the introduction, or when we are going for the kuchala, I'm like this, says, hold your head up. Then I put it down. Hold your head up. But by the time we had completed, I now knew that for me to become successful, for me to be given my bride, I needed to look as if I am confident. And I think I started looking up and I started being very bold. When I stopped walking like a Mugore, are we together? And I was walking like as if I know where I'm doing what? I'm taking their bride. And they gave me the woman, isn't it? So even us, we must ensure that our physiology, our posture, our energy, our eye contact is very, very what? Important. Very, very important. So as you're speaking to a guest, to a person, speak to them. Make eye contact. I've always told you that. Every time I meet a prospect, I give them a warm handshake and look at them straight in the eye. Very, very important. The first time you meet someone, warm handshake, look at, in the pupil there, look there. You'll have one them. Very, very easily. They will know that this person knows what they are talking about. But some of us, you are talking, omega-3 you are looking down. Are we together? And the problem here in Africa, especially the Buganda, isn't it? Where we are right now, we have something called Mpisa Nachi, no. Are we together? Of you know, like looking down, are we together? So point number 4 is language. Can you say language? Language. The words you choose when you are speaking to yourself. The words you choose when you are speaking to your team. The words you choose when you are speaking to prospects and customers are very, very what? Important. This product may help you to do what? This product will do what? Help you. Those words of may are just a requirement that we must put on the supplements. Are we together? When people ask you, you may become successful. May, are we together? You say we are a winning company, we are triumph, we are going to become successful. This year will not end before I buy my what? My car. Are we together? Because of this business, I've got to take my children to international schools and even identify the what? The school. That kind of, attitude and language is the language for the what? For the winners. It's a language for the what? For the winners. The people who become successful, they don't joke around. The other one is habits. Can you say habits? Habits. What you do, especially when you are under pressure. Do you crack under pressure or do you say fight like who? Like Donald Trump. This guy is very crazy. No wonder he's a billionaire. No wonder he's America's president. So story has it that he went for this rally. And then when he went for this rally, he was shot. You know how you are on stage and if you are a billionaire, you are a former president, you are very important. There's a way generally. So he was shot at and then he went down. And when he rose up, and I want you to imagine the sound of a bullet, especially a bullet that passes what? On your ear. And cut him, there was blood. The moment he got up like this, that's him being under pressure. What did he do? He raised up his hand and said, fight. And he won the election just like that. His level of persistence showed his voters that you are fighting indeed for the right cause. I'm not going to go political, but you have seen some politicians here. The moment they are saying we march, we go walk to work, or whatever, and it's expensive and what of you? That's how they say. Then the moment the police comes, you see them disappearing in thin air like this. No wonder we don't vote them. No wonder we have had the same president who is doing a very good job by the way, isn't it? Now let us talk about attitude versus mood. Many distributors confuse mood with attitude. Mood and attitude are two different things. Mood is what happens to you. Attitude is chosen by who? By you. Your mood should never determine your attitude. Hey, you want to a testimony? What are you talking about? Change your attitude. Why don't you talk to guests? I am tired. Tired doing what? Change your what? Attitude. Why don't you make these phone calls? I'm not feeling my. I wish I was God and I first slap you, then I say, here yourself, isn't it? Because attitude and mood are two different. We cannot control every event. Trump did not control the shooting. He did not control the witch hunt. But what he did, he controlled the meaning we attach and the actions we take. Are we together? We cannot control what happens to us, but we can control the meaning we attach and the actions we take. A customer rejects you, not worry. You are doing your business and your spouse does not understand, don't worry. Are we together? You cannot control their feelings, you cannot control the event, but for sure, you can control the meaning we attach. You've seen people on stage, celebrities. They are dancing, and before you know it, the dress gets torn. And they keep on dancing. The Bible is very clear on that. I don't remember so well, but I think it was King David. This guy was dancing, praising God, giving the glory, a whole king. Then before he knew it, if I'm not mistaken, some of the clothes got off, isn't it? And the whole robe and the guy was naked, was in Adam's what? Adam's suit. And the guy kept on dancing. And you can imagine a man dancing naked, isn't it? It can be very, very what? That's the whole king. Attitude, are we together? Attitude is very, very important. So if you let the mood run your business, the results will become unstable and unpredictable. Otherwise, mood is mood. God, the way He created the body, and you and me, the human being, He created us to like least resistance. He created us to be comfortable. Are we together? I don't know, just somehow we love to be comfortable. We love to be, to take the easy road. So attitude will always make you to take the easy road. To always, not attitude, mood. Mood will always make you take the easy road. Mood will always tell you are tired, don't make another phone call. Mood will tell you to sleep longer instead of standing and waking up. Are we together? So one of the key things about greatest achievers, they work against the what? The mood. They work against the what? The mood. You can imagine people like Cheptegei or some of these runners, the footballers and what of you. They wake up in the morning, in the 5 a.m. in the morning or even 4 a.m. and they're going to the gym. No one wants to wake up and you're lifting heavy things. Are we together? They are never in the mood. But for sure, their attitude is very, very what? Important. Attitude is very, very what? Important. I was listening to the Desert Island Discs and there was this woman called Sheba Kalunji. And they were interviewing her, I think at her peak, but I really used to like Desert Island Discs. And I think it's still there. On Capital FM on Sunday in the evening, they normally bring these high achievers and interview them and all that. So she was talking about, they were praising her for how she creates hit after hit after hit after hit. But later she mentioned that, my friend, being in the studio every day for long hours, it has not really been so easy. Me initially, I thought that these singers, they just open their mouth and they sing and sound comes out. To produce even one song, it is crazy. She mentioned the diet that keeps the vocal cords smooth and what of you, the bananas, the what of you. She doesn't eat what she's comfortable with I'm like, oh my goodness, no one is successful by accident. Are we together? So as you are making your phone calls, don't tell us about those things of mood. Are we together? Mood doesn't what? Doesn't matter. What is important is your own what? Attitude. Successful people act according to their attitude, not according to their mood. So that's why we are saying that in multi-level marketing, your attitude, the attitude you begin an activity with determines on how well you finish it. I've told you before in the master key, find satisfaction in the job well done. If you're posting a video like Rizzi Champions are saying, post it. Post it. Make sure that you do a good video. Are we together? If you're calling, call. Give it your all, give it your best. Find satisfaction in the job well done. Results will come inevitably. Find satisfaction in the fact that you're doing your best. You are speaking with energy. You are presenting with energy. You are making your best effort. You are giving it your very best. Find that satisfaction in that. That's all what that matters. Otherwise, results will always do what? Follow. That one, I learned it many years ago when I was doing the business very, very actively. How to manage moods and protect your attitude. I like this one. How to manage moods and protect your attitude. Number one, name it. Name it, but don't leave it. How to manage moods and protect your attitude. Name it and don't leave it. When you feel you are off, for example, say, I am noticing frustration. Do not say, I am frustrated. Are we together? Like basically, don't own it. You have heard people saying, I taught my mother, who she always used to say, pressure wange, pressure wakula na ye. You know what I'm talking about? Like, don't own it. You have heard people say, nze ndibwe ne mama wange akimanyi nti sisobola kukola ki? How? So they own it. They say, for us in our family, we are of low immunity. Look at how cancer just comes and shows you, okay, I'm looking for people like you of low what? Immunity. So I like the attitude that like that of Fiona. I am not a failure. I am a success. I'm not the one who claps for others. Are we together? They clap for me. Having that attitude. Are we together? So it's very, very important for us never to live negativity. Don't say I'm not good at speaking. Who has told you? Read the master key and I show you a story of a guy called Jesse in Eriona, who was very poor speaking. He said the first time he went on stage, his knees had fellowship. He was shaking basically. Are we together? Later on he said, this that is my problem. Let it be my strongest point. He started, trying to be a speaker, and the speaker today is one of the best speakers. I've told you a true story of how I was so poor at inviting and prospecting. It has never been my cup of coffee. Then I realized that, for how long am I going to stay? And by the time I really joined that company that many of you know where I made a fortune, I'd been into network marketing for about 5 years. So I had lived with this attitude of, I am not very good at prospecting and inviting. Inviting and prospecting, and it's a nightmare. It is hard for me. I cannot do it. It's not possible. Calling people is hard. And that's the truth. I believed it. Then one day, I said, you know what? If I'm going to make the money that I need to be able to make, let me go and read every book that has ever been written on network marketing, especially on the chapter of inviting and prospecting. Then I started reading and reading. Before I knew it, I said, I am going to become the biggest sponsor in my team. There's only one guy called Gerard Muganga who beat me. He was also my downline. The guy is crazy. He can sponsor anyone. He had everyone, the tall, the short, the whatever, he had them. But I was number 2 after him. And I kept on pushing and pushing and pushing. Eventually, my whole business changed completely. Are we together? So you do not leave it. Some of you are saying, I am not good at selling. I am not good at prospecting. I am not good at inviting. I am not a very good salesperson. I know someone who are teaching them to read the books. They say, me, I cannot read motivational books. I am a scientist. As scientists, we don't read. What do they do? But what do scientists do? Don't they read?
Even read more.
And you are saying me, I'm a scientist. Those things are for the people who did history, literature, and what of you. Their attitude. They were living their problems. Tell your neighbor, what problem are you living? This is where the problem is. Living it. Living it. I cannot do it, those things. Then let us continue. Change your state, your state physically. When you feel you are down, change your state physically. What you do, movements alter mood. Walk, stretch, smile, make deep breath. But what here they mean is, you know the slogan of Nike? How many of us know the slogan of Nike? Just do it. I have adopted a gym lifestyle. I go to the gym almost every day when I have the time. At least maybe 3 to 4 times a week. And the truth is that all the time, most of the times, I go to the gym in the evening. Maybe at 9 or 10, and honestly, I am dead tired. But I know I need it. So every time I go there, I look at the treadmill looks at me. And I gym at the Sheraton. And I've seen many other people, they come, and when they go down in the changing rooms, they want to go up, like, sauna. They enter into the what? The sauna. Afterwards, you see the guy showering, going back home, isn't it? Then I wonder. So, but I always go to the gym. And all the time I feel I am down. I don't feel like doing it. What I just have to do is to put on my music and go on the treadmill. Do 1 minute, second minute, third minute, fourth minute, and as all of us we know it, dopamine, just what comes in, and before you know it, you are running and sprinting like crazy. Just do it. In the morning, when I'm waking up in the morning, many times, of course, the alarm goes on, and your story is just like mine, isn't it? The thing goes on, you're wondering, that today's day was too short. Did God make a mistake or what of you? You look at the alarm clock, it is still there, 5:30 or 6, whatever time you set. And over time, I've learned, every time you snooze, you say 5 more minutes, the day has gone. 5 will become 5, 5 will become 5, and before you know it, you cannot wake up. But the moment you just do it, I used to be part of Opus Dei. Opus Dei is a section in the Catholic Church. I think these are very, very, very strict kind of sect. I used to study at Bogala Study Center, very good place, very good place for formations. Those of us who have watched the Da Vinci Code, the Da Vinci Code more or less featured the Opus Dei. Those of us who have watched that movie. Now, but we had a doctrine called the miracle moment, if I remember the word so well. It was called the miracle what? Moment. The miracle moment was that every time you feel something, especially in the line of indiscipline, all you have to do is close your eyes and take what? Action. Are we together? For example, I know some of us are trying to live healthy. And you are living healthy, you're saying meat, chapati, rice, but the problem, unhealthy things are the sweet ones. Pizza, burger, Then one day, lo and behold, you are called for a conference. And the vegetables, you know how the vegetables look like. They are never pleasant. How together, vegetables, katukuma, biringanya, whatever. You can't even hear how they sound. You know what I'm talking about. Then before you know it, the chef did a very good job. Meat, how together, chapati, plantain, moreover deep fried, and what of you. So it is your choice to just say, let me put one, or close your eyes and what? And skip the queue. It's called a miracle at moment. So basically, change in your physical state. Movement alters mood. You feel you are feeling down, take a walk. Go to 3rd floor, go down, go to one day, come back and make those phone calls. Are we together? When you move, something happens. Then the other one is revisit your why. Part of my self-talk, not my self-talk, but my ritual and routine is that every end of the year, okay, first of all, every day really, I go and read my goal card. I read it, and I love it. When I'm not reading it, there are times when I'm not reading it, I can feel the down the most. But then also, part of my routine that every end of the month, I like to go sit somewhere for maybe about 2 hours alone, and I'm reading about my goals, my visions. I'm reading about Okata, and any other business that I'm running, and I come back very, very energized. This is very important. Actually, I want to study this whole thing called meditation. I've come to believe that meditation is important because I've seen many high achievers, footballers, athletics, business people, billionaires. They seem to be talking about meditation. I don't understand it, but I want to understand what meditation really is all about, like at this depth, and I think I want to do it. But meditation is really about meditating upon your life, and of course, putting yourself with your why. Are we together? Remind yourself of why you are doing the business and prospects and the purpose. Okay. Remind yourself why you are doing the business, because purpose does what? Cuts through the negative emotions. Purpose is very important. Very, very important. The other one is anchor your rituals. Rituals. There are rituals that all of us have. You must have a ritual that kind of changes your mood, that changes your attitude. Footballers, runners, and what of you, all of them have what they call rituals. All of us should have a ritual. For example, music. What music puts you in the mood? Are we together? There are people whom, when you play techno, that's their thing. I think one of them is VP Jimmy Chene. I think he loves techno. In the morning, you're going to hear him listening to a lot of techno in the morning, and what of you, that's him. It could be a favorite guest speaker. A favorite speaker for me, mine is Les Brown. I just love the guy's energy. Many times when I wake up in the morning, I'm not feeling in the mood, I put on my earphones and listen to Les Brown. It kicks the bad mood out of me. Are we together? It could be some people like Amapiano. Some people like Bobby Wine at a point before you went into politics. Up now, I don't mind him. I really like him. But I used to like him more. I used to like some particular songs of Bobby Wine. Up now, I still like them. But somehow, he would put me in the mood, especially with those songs of achievement and all that. So what are those rituals that you can be able to do that can push you forward? Are we together? The other one is morning affirmations. For example, the good example of an affirmation is the one that we have right here. Our self-talk. Are we together? What's your own self-talk? Many years ago, I used to have a self-talk that was personal. You can also have a personal self-talk. That's if it puts you in the mood. But by the way, what puts you in the mood and what puts another person in the mood are two different things. Are we together? You can play with your children. Like nowadays, when I feel I'm very tired, and I'm not, I need to re-energize, I just go and play with my daughters. Are we together? Buy balloons, buy a few things, take them for shopping, and they just calm me down. So these act as mental reset buttons. Mental reset what? Buttons. Very, very what? Important. The other one is speak power over feelings. Speak power over what? Feelings. Refuse to be a person of feelings and choose to be a person who says, I will overpower my feelings, because feelings are, like we said, are just moods. You can change them, feelings. So refuse to be a person of what? Of feelings. I am feeling bad. I'm feeling whatever. I am feeling whatever. Who cares? Are we together? Be that kind of person who says feelings do not what? Matter. Are we together? Then control the controllables. Control the what? Controllables. There is a saying from Alcoholics Anonymous. I think Alcoholics Anonymous must be a kind of organization that helps people who are having alcohol addictions. But they have a creed that says what? Who knows that creed of Alcoholics Anonymous? God give me the sanity or something of the sort to accept the things I can change, not to change what I can change, to accept the things I cannot change, and the power to know the difference. Do you know something of the sort? Can someone Google it and I read it someone help me Google it, get it on ChatGPT. It's Alcoholics Anonymous, trying to Google it and we get it here. But the idea is that to control the controllables. What you cannot control is out of your control. What you can control is okay. Are we together? Eh? And I think, especially, there are times that are very hard. Times like times of death, when you lose the loved ones, times of when maybe a loved one gets a terminal disease, times when things just go the way they have gone. For example, I'm a very big fan of Manchester United. There are times when they score us goals, and man, in the last minute, you accept. What do? Are we together? You accept. Or if you're an Arsenal fan, you need the table, need the table. In the final hours of the league, somehow Liverpool comes and takes over. Or Man City takes over, you accept. And you believe in the next season, you still start very well. But somehow towards the end, I don't know what happens to you people. Are we together? But what you can control is what you can control. How many of us have been watching soccer with the men? And they score, then they go, then they kick the chair, isn't it? Because of emotions. You know what I'm talking about? They have not accepted the controllables. And who has seen the thingy of Alcoholics Anonymous? Oh, okay. Come and read it for us. Very important creed that you should all know. First, tell us your name.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. My name is Afua Nalatanzi. And this says, God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hard as the pathway to peace, taking, as Jesus did, this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it.
I love that. First, just repeat for us again, one more time. I love it.
God, grant me the serenity to accept the things I cannot change, the courage to change the things I can, and the wisdom to know the difference. Living one day at a time, enjoying one moment at a time, accepting hardship as the pathway to peace, taking, as Jesus did, this sinful world as it is, not as I would have it.
Wow. Can we clap for Afua? Let us clap for Afua. Very powerful. How many of us feel those words are very powerful? Very, very powerful, isn't it? You could look for it and maybe put it somewhere. So the principle is that winners do not deny their moods. You don't deny the moods, but you do what? You manage them. In one training I once did for people, I told them that, for the leaders, many years ago, I told them that one of the greatest dream killers is challenges. Can you say challenges? Challenges. They are demanding me rent. I was there. They were demanding me rent. They are whatever. I'm at loggerheads with my wife. My child is not performing well. Those things, those challenges. They are demanding me. They are doing whatever. Things are not moving on well. It's a great dream stealer because what challenges do, they cripple. They affect your mood. You find someone, why are you not eating? They chucked me. So what does food have to do with the man or woman who chucked you? But that's what mood does. Why in the corner, guy, you look very down. What's happening? I have debts. People with debts, what do? They work. Let me find you calling crazy and say, God, these days you are coming so early, man. I have a lot of debts. That's where I would understand you. But you have debts and you are there, But I cannot even blame anyone because what problems do, they affect your work. So one of the key things great achievers do, they do not deny the moods, but they manage them so that those moods do not cripple them towards the opposite what? Direction. Am I talking to someone? Very, very important. Now let us go. Point number 4, the non-negotiable attitude standards of winners. Non-negotiable standards of winners. Very, very fast. How much time do I have I exhausted the time? What's the time now? No. I must keep the time. 9 minutes past 10. Let's hurry. They refuse, number one, they refuse to quit. Because quitting is a habit. Winning is also what? A habit. Refuse to be in the habit of quitters. Be in the habit of what? Of winners. And the habit of winners is in the mind. It doesn't mean you come and you will become successful immediately. It doesn't mean you will not be in a situation whereby things are not happening. But refuse to accept a state of mind that is more or less like that is in alignment with your current achievements. The great speech of Jali, a very good speech that she gave. She mentioned, I think she talked about her father, right? Her father always told her, you must always what? Win. So inside her, she was number 3 at a point. I think she has not been at number 2 or something. Either number 3 or number 1 for the times we have recognized them. But somehow, number 3 is okay. Come on, it's only Hajara, it's only Hamson who are ahead of you. You know what I'm talking about. It is okay. You have a whole 1,000 of the company, but inside that she said, number 1 is my what? And she kept on saying, one day I'm going to become your top 1. One day I'm going to become your top 1. Now, it doesn't mean she has super guru there. You can also become the what? The top 1. Just say it in your head. That I am created by God, are we together, to become number what? Number 1. And insist on that. Are we together? So refuse. They stubbornly, I love this word, they stubbornly refuse to fail. Because failure is not when things have not worked in your favor. Failure is when you accept. Failure is when you do what? You accept. Failure is when you stop trying. Failure is when you settle for the second best. Failure is when you say, our Cyprian Navasobola, 2,000 CVs, you can sell them. That is now failure. Failure is when you are making 2,000 points like Cyprian, and you still insist on making 2,000. You know what I'm talking about? The one who has moved from 20 to 50 is not a failure. You are settled. And settling is not in the results. In there, you are the failure. And there are many people who are seemingly successful, who are failures. Are we together? A lot of them. People who are seemingly what? I have a lot of business friends of mine, and I check them immediately. I realize they are not trying. Even if you have more buildings than me, you are very successful, but I realize on a Monday morning you are playing golf. What are you talking about? What are you talking about? When Jeff Bezos is going to the what? To the moon and to the skies. What are you talking about when Elon Musk is pushing for $1 trillion in payment from Tesla? And on Monday morning I'm playing golf. In the evening I'm having a glass of wine. The other day I've gone to Kalangala for a tour. What? No. Even if you have all the money, I don't care. It means you have stopped working. You have said what I've achieved is enough. When Ham is looking for a trench, can you imagine people? The man has buildings, Ham Towers, Ham Shopping Center, he has our stadium, he has everything, and he still wants a trench. Then some of us are settling for what? You're going to see how very soon even State Square may be claimed. You know what I'm talking about? People are not sleeping. You are sleeping alone. Tell them you are sleeping alone. So they refuse victimhood. Are we together? They own the results, good or bad. These ones of my upline did, my upline did, my upline never, my upline never. For a very long time, I last had an upline when I was used to be in JNLD. That's the one who was there. Otherwise, over time, by the way, there was one time, and some people know the story. There was one time we had an upline, and I will not mention from where, but they are from West Africa there. So they came around and they over got used to me. Namanyira, are we together? Like, They over got used to me. I said, you're joking. I'm going to pass you, pass all your uplines and everyone else. And by God's grace, I even passed the company. You know what I'm talking about? You can also pass. you can also pass your upline, the next upline, the next upline. Then you come for me. You also pass me. They tell a powerful story. They refuse to dwell in their past. Are we together? Past is past. There was a very good program. I don't know if it's still there, but I think it ended when we were growing up. It was called The Turning Point. Turning Point. Turning Point was such a great. So Turning Point was about people who were fading. You are a failure. You are fading. You are fading. You are fading. You are fading. Then you do an about turn, boom, like this, and then you move it a whole different direction. Are we together? So you can have had issues and issues and issues, and then before you know it, you say from today. Tell neighbor from today. I remember there was a guy in school called Mawanda Tony. Wasn't one in Savio? Maybe she's told them, remembers Mawanda Tony. For a long time, the guy was fading. Very poor at math, by the way. His problem was math. Fading all the time. Then I think his father came, and then I think they took him for some kind of counseling and what have you. Before he knew it, the guy, he came back, and one time he scored well, second time he scored well. Then at a point, he started winning all of us in math. And as a matter of fact, by the time we're like in P6, he will be studying the math of P7 now. Like the guy had passed us and even passed the teachers. You know what I'm talking about? Like, I'm being honest with you. Up now, he's a genius. He's an engineer. He's working with Umeme. He's a mechanical engineer. And I remember the guy was a fairly